Greetings, y'all. It's Cril from Out the Box. I'm back for a new lyric explanation video. And today I'll be looking at select lines from the late, great Emcee MF DOOM for his song Vomitspit, which is off the classic album Food or Food. As always, these lyric breakdowns are just my observation and not necessarily what the artist may have fully intended with the message of these select lines. The analyzing of these lyrics are certainly open to interpretation. So I just wanted to get that out. But let's get to the lyrics. So the first lines we're going to be looking at are the following. It's the beat. He hear it in his sleep sometimes. Blare it in your Jeep so your peoples can stare at them rhymes. So in these first lines, MF Doom is giving recognition to the beat. Like it's so impactful that he hears it in his sleep sometimes. He's saying, blast this song with this dope beat in your Jeep so your peoples can be amazed by his rhymes, hence stare at them rhymes, right? What I think he's saying is the beat is not only dope because of how it sounds, but because it complements his lyrics, which leads people to pay even closer attention to his lyrics. Next lines. Real rhymes, not your everyday hologram. Even when ribs was touching, never swallowed the ham. So MF Doom is letting the listener know his rhymes are real and not fake or artificial like an everyday hologram. And he's always been so authentic that even when he was starving, hence the words ribs was touching, he never swallowed the ham. Not eating ham, or as some say, swine, is heavily forbidden in certain religious circles. And it comes with a certain level of discipline to avoid. So he's saying he's so real that you couldn't even persuade him to be fake and come away from his discipline. Next lines. Butter softy leather, flossy fatty juggy. Always threw me off when she told me daddy funked me. I'm like any who's. So this first line, butter softy, leather flossy, fatty juggy, is referring to a woman with a round, plump behind. Then the line where he says, always threw me off when she told me daddy funked me, is also referring to the same woman calling him daddy, right? But I think he uses the term funk instead of the F word to play deliberately into his surprise that this woman wants him sexually. Hence why he says it's always threw him off. Like he could have clearly said the F word, but he chose to change the word to the word F-U-N-K, funk, just to play into the confusion he has, right? MF Doom does this in other ways with rhymes like spit so many verses, sometimes my jaw twitches. One thing this party could use is more booze. You know, like, so if you remember that line from one of his Mad Villainy songs, it's like he's deliberately using another word, but makes it obvious that another word could be used in that space. Then he goes on to say, I'm like any who's, which is like him saying, all right, anyways, right? Anyways. And I emphasize the word anyways because he doesn't seem like he's interested in this woman. Even though she has a round derriere, he doesn't really care or is interested in her intimately. I might be wrong with this perspective, but I think that's what he means with the word anywho's. Next lines. The mask is like Jason. They told the place not to let the basket type case in. He could be some kind of wacko, waiting for the chance to heat the pipes like a crack H. So in this first line, MF Doom is referencing that him wearing the mask is like the popular horror film character Jason. I think he's more so referring to the villainy mystique that Jason shares. When you think of Jason, you mainly think about his mask and his mystique aside from his villainy ways. So the comparison is more about the mystique than the violence that Jason does. Then he goes on to say, they told the place not to let the basket type case in. So that adds to the villainy mystique point, right? A basket case refers to someone who's viewed as crazy or psycho. So MF Doom is saying that A certain group of people sees him in this way, similar to Jason. Again, this is all referring to his villainy mystique. I mean, he does refer to himself as the supervillain, right? Then he furthers the perception by saying he could be some kind of wacko waiting for the chance to heat the pipes like a crack H. So the wacko line makes sense because he's saying he could be perceived as some kind of weirdo. And when he says wacko, waiting for the chance to heat the pipes like a crack H, he's referring to being viewed as someone who's waiting for the chance to shoot a firearm, with the gun barrel being the pipe and the heat being the bullet being fired. Also, a crack H is a woman who smokes crack, who heats up the crack pipe to smoke the crack. Okay, next lyrics. He busted in, blessed be the Lord. Who believe any mess they read up on a message board? If so, I got bridges for the Lolo. So this line continues right after the previous one, but I don't think there's a direct connection between the two. But when he says he busted in, blessed be the Lord, I believe it's his way of saying he made a grand entrance into a room. He's blessed by the Lord to have that grand entrance. But I also think he could be connecting that line, blessed be the Lord, to the next line where he says, who believe any mess they read up on a message board. So I believe he's saying, look, Lord bless you if you are so naive to believe anything that gets posted on a message board. And the message board term in this line is one of the first times in hip hop, I think, or I can recall, where an artist is calling out the trolls online, right? Back in the early 2000s, around the time when this album came out, there were online message board communities that revolved around conversations about music. This is prior to social media as we know it now, right? So this is one of the first instances where I believe a hip hop artist is calling out people who believe anything online. And he follows that message board line to say, if so, I got bridges for the Lolo. So it's like another way of saying the phrase, I got a bridge to sell you if you're such a gullible person. This is a popular sarcastic phrase that's identified with someone who's a con man, who's able to manipulate someone that's gullible. So he's basically saying, if you believe any mess you read on the message board, I got a bridge I could sell you for the low price. So yeah, that's my lyric breakdown for a few lines from the MF Doom song Vomitspit, which is off his classic Food album. Let me know what you think about the explanation and feel encouraged to share your points of views or your opinions in the comments. As always, feel encouraged to subscribe to the channel to be updated when I post a new video. And also like and share the video if you like the content and feel others should know about it. If you would like to support the platform further, you can donate to Out the Box Media via Cash App or PayPal. The links will be in the description of the video. Much thanks again for your support. We'll catch you on the next video. Till next time, peace, love, and light. Take it easy.